I think every United fan is bored of hearing about Erik ten Hag, so we're not going to talk about him. For the next 8 minutes, I'm going to focus purely on transfers, everything that you need to know, everything that we do know about the players being linked, but importantly, about the budget. Not just the budget, but the net spend budget, because sales are going to define whether this is going to be a successful summer transfer window for Manchester United. I'll tell you everything you need to know in the next 8 minutes. Please, if you can, drop a like on the video, subscribe to United People's TV, get involved. Because it's going to be nice not to talk about Erik ten Hag and who our manager is. Let's be completely honest. Big up to The Athletic, by the way. This is information that's come from them. I'm going to leave a link to the full article in the description. You can read through that. Plenty of solid info in there. Now, of course, I don't personally think that what has gone on this summer transfer window should have been too dramatically affected by what's going on with Erik ten Hag. Because if we're moving towards a game model, I've explained this already plenty of times for you. But more importantly, really, it's more towards the sales. Sales shouldn't really have been affected. In terms of what our plans are this summer, where United are going, if I'm correct, I believe Man United have gone into every summer transfer window, in recent memory anyway, with a bit of a transfer policy of 3 main targets. This summer, it's a centre-back, it's a central midfielder, and it's a centre-forward. That's been crystal clear for a long time. Now, how many centre-backs? How many central midfielders? Maybe a left-back? All of those questions revolve around sales, and that's where this is probably the most important bit of information update-wise so far. It's saying that United are approaching this summer with a net spend budget of £50 million. So, that means if United were to spend £200 million, but were to make £150 million through sales, the net spend budget is £50 million. Now, I've already done a video, right? Just running through a list of players that I could see leaving. And maybe this is unrealistic overall. But Sancho and Greenwood, the United want 40 mil for both of those. Casemiro, I think we should be able to get 30 mil. So even if those 3 leave, that's 110 mil. And then you've got the likes, I've written them down there. Hannibal, Van der Beek, Pellistri, Eriksen, depends on how much we get in. Maguire, depends if a big offer comes in. But I've got over 200 million. I do not think it's outside the realm of possibility, that United have a budget of 200 million this summer and make 150 mil through sales. And that's what I mean when I say that this summer's window is going to be defined by how well Man United sell in terms of what all the players that you want to sign. Now, as I said, top of that list is going to be Jadon Sancho, 40 million. The BBC have already said that. Multiple places have already said that. Dortmund are going to come cheap and slow. I don't know if he's going to even go there, but I'm sure that we'll get... There must be other clubs linked with Jadon Sancho and actually wanting him. But this is an interesting point as well. A little snippet for you here. Now, Tosin was somebody who I was saying, like, it makes sense. Like, you look at what Man United need this summer, what our budgets are this summer. Surely getting him on a free is a squad upgrade. Bring him in, Lindelof out, improvement. Now, the report suggested that Man United's 11th hour bid there has been reported by The Athletic. Didn't work out. And apparently it was a lot to do with the fact that Chelsea were offering significantly higher wages than Manchester United were willing to pay for a player who was ultimately going to be a squad centre-back for us, rather than somebody who comes in and guarantees to start every week. Either way, I felt that was a bit of a mistake for United to miss out on Tosin. But maybe if it's to do with this new wage structure that's coming in this summer, remember that we're going to be looking at like Sancho leaving, one of our highest earners. Casemiro leaving, one of our highest earners. Varane's already left. I think our second highest earner, Martial's already. That's 4 out of our current top 5 earners likely leaving the club. And then we move on to talking about targets. And Jared Branthwaite there, The Athletic saying that a deal is not expected to be imminent. Now, for a lot of people, if United were to move forward Jared Branthwaite, it would have to be before the 30th of June deadline. PSR. Everton already got breached last year. They have 2 breaches and they appealed one. Don't even know what it was. Anyway, they need money. I think Branthwaite stays. I think he gets priced out of a move. I think he probably becomes a better player, and Everton sell him for even more next summer. I think Onana is the most likely bigger sale. But I'll be honest, the Onana rumours aren't really anywhere near as strong as I thought they would be. Kind of whispers at this moment in time. Certainly when it comes to Everton players, Man United more heavily linked with Branthwaite than anybody else. And another name, the name that keeps popping up as well, centre-back wise, is Lenny Yoro. Now, reports there about that 60 mil bid in Spain. It's not really being corroborated by anyone that we consider reliable. But Lenny Yoro, if he is to leave this summer, it would be class if United got him. But I imagine we're going to be putting Branthwaite and Yoro in the same category as too expensive for Manchester United in a summer where, if we're working towards a net spend of around about 50 mil, Branthwaite, I think Everton would want a minimum of 60. And I imagine Lenny Yoro is going to go for around about the same. I think we might be slightly outpriced on both of those, which is a problem because your ambitions to be the best surely are matched by ambitions to be the best in the transfer market. But that's not how United can operate this summer. That's going to annoy a lot of United fans. It's just the truth, though. Anyway, next name on the list, and this name's been there for quite a while as well, is Fofana from Monaco. Now, Fofana is, when I'm looking at the perfect midfield signing for us this summer, I'm looking at somebody who complements Bruno and Mainu. I've told you that. I don't think Fofana is particularly that guy. I don't think he's somebody who's going to sit in front of the defence, screen them, be press resistant. I mean, he's very good in the duel. He's also very good going forward. And he's more like if you imagine like a system with two number 8s again, I think Fofana would kind of be one of those perfect number 8s rather than maybe the number 6 that sits behind them. I don't think we'll go for a traditional number 6 per se. But Fofana, being heavily linked. And he's leaving Monaco this summer. And he would only cost between 20 and 30 mil. Thereabouts. I could see that one happening. But I still think we'd need another central midfielder, even if we signed him. And that's what I mean about letting Eriksen go. Maybe bringing Fofana in. And then still signing a deeper lying playmaker. Not a playmaker. Deeper lying sort of perfect partner to Bruno and Mainu. I don't know how to describe that. Because I don't think it's particularly a number 6. It's certainly not a number 8. It's just a high-class central midfielder. And in terms of Sesko, scratch that name from the list. He's signed that new deal at Leipzig. Big news for Leipzig, by the way. But he's not coming. And another name on that list as well is Joshua Zirkzee. Whoops, wrong button. Joshua Zirkzee. He's been, I think, Fabrizio said that AC were going to pay the 40 mil release clause, 40 million euros release clause. United have not been massively linked. So in terms of the players that we have been linked with, I would say two names high on that list in terms of where you see it repeated in lots and lots of places. This was before the summer and during the summer. Jared Branthwaite. Lenny Yoro, I still kind of feel is like more of an outside chance. The Michael Elise stuff has gone a little bit quiet, but as I'll go back to here, right? Do you see right wing on that list? It's a centre-back, it's a central midfielder, and it's a centre-forward. Centre-back, I just spoke about Branthwaite and Yoro. And Todibo, the links haven't been there, but we all know that he's a very clear target. Was last summer, will be this summer. Central midfielder, you look at Youssouf Fofana, you're looking at João Neves. They're the two main names that you've seen there so far. And there will be lots more. Centre forward, Serhou Guirassy, but that's only really been light rumours thus far. All in all, I'm more annoyed at the fact that we haven't heard anything about Casemiro leaving, or somebody coming in for Sancho, or somebody coming in for Greenwood, or, we run through that list, anything on Lindelof, or Pellistri, or Van der Beek, or Hannibal, or Anthony. I think that's where I would expect more movement before this Ten Hag situation is resolved. But either way, maybe it's the optimistic version of me. As I said, we went into this summer transfer window. I think we all agreed as a community, probably about 6 out of 10 we had confidence-wise in terms of this summer being what we needed. I think that's probably reduced now that this has all gone on with Erik ten Hag and dragged out. But that's everything that we know so far about the summer window. And the two big key bits of information to take away from this is United's 3 priorities. We know that. Centre-back, central midfielder, and centre-forward. And if that net spend is going to be around about 50 mil, and we want to sign these 3 players, and probably more, we've got to do so well in terms of selling. That's going to be the big focus, I think, for us this summer. You can let me know what you think in the comments below, as you always do. Make sure you subscribe to United People's TV. But it's nice to do a whole video without having to speak about whether Ten Hag is going to be sacked or not.